We come down, just passing 300 miles an hour, the landing gear come out, and as we cross the threshold, headed down the runway, I'm looking at the lights over here, remembering that right before launch, the last thing my boss, the head of the astronaut office, says to me is, remember, this is a reusable spaceship, so land gently. We do land gently. The smoke that you see on our touchdown, or the one you saw in the movie before I came out here, is due to the tires. When we put the landing gear out, it was the last few seconds, those tires, which are actually about that tall and are quite massive, they're going zero. They're just out there. This is a 200,000-pound spaceship, and it's about to touch down on rough concrete at more than 200 miles an hour. So those tires, just like the tires of a drag racer that tries to go from 0 to 200, those tires have to spin up to catch up with the speed of the vehicle, and that burns the tread rubber and creates the smoke, which gets trained into the airflow around the wing. So all it is, the landings we work very hard at to make sure they're smooth and protect the vehicle. Once we have main gear on the runway, we hold the nose up, and that helps us slow down because it's called aerodynamic braking. It gives us more drag. Put out a drag chute for the same reason. We have brakes in the wheel hubs, but we don't want to use them up. That would be a brake job. Reusable spacecraft, treat it gently. And when we finally stop, wherever we come to a stop on the runway, there's no taxiing off. When we're stopped, that's it. We have no motors, remember. So we stop, and then it's time to start shutting down. Actually, we don't shut a lot of it down. We just hand over control of the systems to somebody from Kennedy Space Center. And you suppose that once we're stopped, and I've called Houston and said, okay, Houston, Atlantis, we'll stop, that everybody unstraps, leaps up, gets their suitcases out of the overhead, and tries to get to the rental car line first. That's not how it works. This is the time to be real careful, because that other astronaut that you don't want to be is somebody just off screen here in an orange suit face down on the concrete because you forgot to use your protocol for rehydration before your regard, or you didn't pay attention to the lessons they gave you about your vestibular system, your balance, being excited, because you haven't been on Earth. You're not adapted to it. When I unstrap and stand up, the first thing I want to do is check to see if my knees can bear the weight, and the next thing is I wonder, what happened? Did my boots get small? Have I got the wrong guy's boots on? Because it feels like my feet are being crushed, like somebody was standing on my feet. When I look down, I realize, well, I'm standing on my feet. I haven't been standing on my feet for 2 weeks, and the sensation is unusual. It's remarkable. So we go through all that, and we're just a little bit careful about moving our heads at any speed, but we're really outside to thank the people at Kennedy Space Center. They're the ones who do thousands of things. They catch the vehicle on return, transport it to the processing facility, inspect it, upgrade it, improve it, take the old payloads out, or the other equipment, put in new payloads, reload it, transport it to the launch, do those long launch procedures. Thousands of things have to be done perfectly for us to have a safe vehicle and for NASA to have a good, safe flights. We look at it as they own the vehicles down here. We just come to borrow them every once in a while. So I'm real happy that the people at Kennedy Space Center have Atlantis here to share with all of you. And if you haven't seen it before, you should go there now. That's one of the best things we have here. Thanks very much for your time and attention.